Welcome back to News This Week in Nursing Homes. I'm Nurse Bug. First up, stories of senior living operators lending a helping hand continue to emerge after recent natural disasters. Senior living communities coming together to support one another in the aftermath of Hurricanes Helene and Milton continue to emerge nearly a month after these storms devastated the southeastern U.S. Hurricane Helene made landfall on Florida's Panhandle on September 26th as a Category 4 storm, followed by Hurricane Milton, which struck on October 9th, bringing storm surges and numerous tornadoes to areas like Tampa, St. Petersburg, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. One notable example of neighborly support is the Golden at Venice, which became a refuge for over 200 staff members, healthcare professionals, and residents from the canopy at Beacon Woods. The Golden also offered shelter to local residents seeking a safe place, even helping one evacuee celebrate his 99th birthday during the storm. Similarly, the Harrison of Wildwood Senior Living welcomed 71 residents evacuated from Truewood by Merrill, Port Charlotte, providing them with meals and entertainment. These acts of kindness exemplify the Resident First motto, as communities go above and beyond to help fellow operators and keep seniors safe during these critical times. Next, discovered authority for nursing home staffing rule can't stand. Latest AHCA legal challenge. AHCA and its attorneys are challenging the authority of CMS to impose new hourly staffing requirements and expand the 24/7 RN mandate in nursing homes. They argue that CMS has overstepped its authority by dictating specific staff-to-resident ratios beyond existing congressional standards, which only require 24-hour licensed nursing services to meet residents' needs. AHCA is seeking to have these new staffing rules vacated, claiming they are an unprecedented departure from CMS's prior positions and would create impossible standards, especially for smaller and rural facilities. AHCA points out that Congress has consistently declined to implement stricter staffing requirements despite commissioning studies on the issue. They also argue the financial burden of compliance, estimated by CMS at over $40 billion in the next decade, will disproportionately impact smaller nursing homes. The legal challenge follows the Supreme Court's decision earlier this year to overturn the Chevron doctrine, which previously allowed agencies like CMS to interpret federal statutes. HHS and CMS have until November 15th to file a response, with a final resolution expected by mid-January. And up last, nursing home survey teams don't always have to include nurses, Federal Appeals Court. Recent U.S. Court of Appeals rulings determined RNs are not required to be part of on-site nursing home compliant investigation teams. The court differentiated between standard surveys, such as annual inspections required every 15 months, and complaint investigations, which are shorter, targeted site visits. While RNs are mandated for standard and extended surveys, complaint investigations can be conducted by non-nursing professionals such as dietitians or social workers. The decision stems from a 2017 rule limiting the RN requirements to specific types of surveys. The court ruled Congress intentionally left complaint surveys out of this mandate, treating them as investigations rather than full surveys. However, critics argue excluding RNs from complaint investigations, particularly when issues involve clinical conditions like falls, infections, or wounds, could lead to inaccurate findings or missed deficiencies, potentially putting residents at risk. Survey teams without RNs may lack the clinical expertise to accurately assess nursing home care, leading to costly appeals or missed violations. CMS and state agencies have struggled with staffing challenges, exacerbating delays in standard surveys and changing the makeup of inspection teams across the country. Thank you for joining me for News This Week in Nursing Homes. To get more of QSource news and info, visit qsource.org to view podcasts, sign up for the newsletter, and remember, for all of your quality improvement needs, call the Q.